Hello there everyone, welcome back to 10 o'clock with Redmond. It is here on James Redmond TV. We are coming at you fast and we are coming at you strong. This episode, I think I've uploaded it the past 3 or 4 days on the bounce. So if you are enjoying it, which from the interaction, which is forever grateful, then make sure that you smash the like button and you keep supporting this series because it's just been boss, mate, honestly. Do you know what? I'm going to put this comment on the screen because I liked it, this comment on the screen because I liked it, and this comment on the screen just because I liked it, and this one because it was first. And do you know what, lads? I want to start getting you more involved, and I want to start doing a thing at the end of these videos where basically you ask me questions. So if it's a Liverpool-related question about a certain player, the manager, the team, then by all means go for it. But even if you're a Man United fan or an Arsenal fan or whatever team you support, and you ask me that question, I will answer it to the best of my abilities. And we'll get about 5 or 6 questions from the previous video's comment section and put them in the next one. So this video, get your questions. If you've got any questions about your club, then make sure that you drop them in the comments down below because I want to start interacting more with other Premier League fans. This will always be a majority Liverpool channel. I will not lie to you people. I do not have time to do in-depth research for every team in the Premier League, and I don't have enough love to warrant that. I only have love for Liverpool and this club, and this club. Honestly, mate, and you've been liking the little setup as well, which I rate. But anyway, to be fair, for people who skipping 2 minutes into the video as well, I haven't even told you what we're going to be talking about in this video. So, a little bit of transfer news, a little bit of updates about injuries going into the derby tomorrow. And also, I'm going to be running quickly through my predictions for the Premier League games. But just bear in mind, when it comes to predicting them, I haven't done in-depth research. If I say a player's playing and they're injured, then I'm sorry. Like I said, I only have time for one club, and that is my mighty LFC. But let's stop rambling and let's get into it. To start off the video, let's start it with a bit of a positive note. Oh, wait there, actually. Have you got your cup of tea? Have you got your cup of tea for 10 o'clock with Redmond? It's about time that we get that done, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's about time that that's just a necessity. You should see the notification of this video pop up and you should be popping on your kettle or whatever you use for chill, as I always do say. Anyway, first piece of news, and it's always good because it just proves me more and more right day by day. Sadio Mane, Liverpool's Player of the Month. Absolutely agreed. He has been the spark and light of Liverpool's season so far. Mo Salah could definitely have had a shout with the fact he's been getting the majority of the goals, but I think we all know the importance that Sadio Mane is to our team, our starting 11. And I think even though it never warranties it, as I've said a million times against Villa, if Mane's in that team, that probably doesn't happen. And a goal from Mane or whatever, it gets the flow a bit more going. That probably doesn't happen. We can still lose, but just not to that extent. So I'm so happy he's back for the derby tomorrow. I hope that can give him a little bit of confidence. I don't even know if Sadio cares. He's still got an iPhone 6. Do you know what I mean, lad? He does not care. He's the silent assassin who smiles all the time. That's what Sadio Mane does, and that's what he's done since the day he joined the club. I'm the one who speaks for him. Do you know his ego? That's what I am, because he knows how good he is deep down. I'm just the one who's speaking it for him. Sadio Mane is fucking boss, and do you know what, 16-year-old James? Big up your fucking self, you fucking smart man, you smart man. No, congratulations to Sadio on the Player of the Month. But down in the comments down below, who would have you gave the September Player of the Month for Liverpool? Anyway, moving into the first piece of news, let me just have a sip of my cup of tea, but it is stuck to the cup holder, right? Absolutely fucking gorgeous, mate. 2 sugars. Sensational, but let me know, is that too many sugars? Anyway, Naby Keita, this is something that you're not going to be happy about. Recently it came out that he could have had COVID. That came out, it was a negative test. Now it's coming out that he's injured. Not ideal. He will be missing the Everton game tomorrow. It hasn't came out to what extent of the injury is. It hasn't came out of how long he could be out or anything like that. So I can't tell you that now. I will keep you updated on that over the next few days. But listen, mate, it would have been nice to have him as an option for Everton. But like I said, imagine if this was a couple of weeks ago. I mean, he wouldn't be injured a couple of weeks ago because he was fit. But you know what I mean? It's like we wouldn't have had Thiago, we wouldn't have had Hendo, and now we wouldn't have had Naby. We are getting quite a few injuries. Is that something to be concerned about? Or does this just happen? And also, should we be thankful, which I think we actually should, that it's not a first team player, even though Naby has been getting more involved. But let's not hope that that's too serious, because like I've been saying in the past few videos, mate, he's been getting more involved in the team, and it'd be devastating to see him dropped because of it. Anyway, moving into some transfer news, the boys. Ben Woodburn has joined Blackpool on loan. Always good for him. Listen, mate, Ben Woodburn, I remember when he the youngest player to score at Anfield, I think against Leeds in the FA Cup or the League Cup, I can't remember, but he was 16, got a goal in that game. He's had a few loan spells since, could still work out for him, but I'm not too sure. What's your hopes for Ben Woodburn in the future? I think this is a good move for him. What a Blackpool in Football League 1. I think that's right, even not Football League 2. But always good for them, always good. And a good signing for Blackpool, because I do feel like Ben Woodburn is at least at that level in terms of the league. Bit more transfer news for someone who I'm actually very cool with as well. Shout out Harvey if you're watching this. Harvey Elliot, he's saying yes to Blackburn. Now, I haven't spoke to Harvey. I speak to him sometimes, but it's mostly about life, and I'm congratulating him on smashing life at 17 and playing for Liverpool. I'm just always congratulating him on that. I don't speak to him about this type of stuff. I don't speak to him, and even if I did know 100%, I wouldn't dislocate it onto the video, but I promise you, I would not. I actually don't know about his stance, but apparently he said yes to joining Blackburn on loan. If you ask me what do I think for him, that's brilliant. Listen, 17 years of age to come into the Premier League and do well for the under-23s level, do well to show Jurgen Klopp that you're at least good enough to be on the bench, is right to him. And you know what, to go down to a team in the Championship in Blackburn, where he's going to get more minutes at least. He might not jump into the first team, but he's going to get more minutes. He's going to be able to make an impact. And in the Championship, if he can do well there, then we're getting a level or an idea of what he could do in the Prem. Because there's a difference, there's levels between professional and under-23s football, and I think proper football with grown men will be perfect for Harvey, because you've got to remember, look how good he is and look how small he is. Harvey, if you're watching this, I'm not disrespecting you. I know you put the time into weights, fella, but he's just not grown into his body yet. Time in the if he's going to smash it in the Championship now at this age, then perfect for him, mate, and hopefully gives him a bit of confidence when he returns to Liverpool if this does complete. But this move could actually be done by the time this video is uploaded, so I will confirm that in tomorrow's video if so. But as of right now, I cannot confirm. Harvey Kane has moved to Barnsley for 1.25 million. Sound move for him, mate. I think he joined MK Dons either last season or the season before on loan and smashed it there, and just hasn't been able to quite get into the first team for Liverpool. Now he's got to move to Barnsley. I think that's a good move for him and a good move for Barnsley. 1.25 million sounds. And then last piece of transfer news, Harry Wilson to Cardiff for 1.4 million, but it is a loan deal. I didn't get this. This was from Sky Sports. Basically, like, we've agreed to a 1.4 million loan deal for Harry Wilson. And listen, for Harry Wilson, the way I look at it for him is, I would have sold him if you ask me. I don't think he's got really not much left at Liverpool. I think that's a bit harsh to say it like that, but I just don't think he offers much to the first team that a Shaqiri does, or an Origi does, or a Jota does. And I don't think anyone, neutral or Liverpool fan, will disagree with me for that. He's had great spells at Derby County, got 18 goals in the season that he was there. But I do think we found his level. Either a bottom 10-ish Premier League club, you know, even Bournemouth, the spell there, it didn't set a world of lights over you. If he's not smashing it there, then how is he going to come into a Liverpool team and be given many chances? So I like this move for him. Let me know in the comments down below everything that you think. But that is enough news regarding Liverpool. I do feel like I rushed through that quite quick, but it's just because there's no major news there. Obviously, great for the young lads like Harvey Elliot, Ben Woodburn to go out on loan. Just to conclude it up dead quick before I go into the Premier League games, Harry Wilson, good move. But just make sure that you're all interacting in the comments down below. Anyway, moving into the Premier League predictions for tomorrow. Now, if you didn't watch my Liverpool and Everton prediction, that is out now. You can go and watch that on my channel. So I'm not going to predict the Everton-Liverpool game, you cheeky bastards. You should be watching that other video. Anyway, Chelsea and Southampton, first game. Again, I haven't looked too much into them. I know Chelsea won the last game. Southampton have had a few good performances so far this season. Danny Ings is still looking on form. I'm going to give this one a 2-1 Chelsea win. I'm not going to disregard Chelsea. They've had a few more minutes now. Even Havertz and Werner on international duty look very fucking good, mate. So I can see them linking up well together. But I'm not going to disregard Southampton getting a goal or two in this game either. But if I have to go with a score prediction, I'll say 2-1 to Chelsea. Man City and Arsenal, which is tomorrow, 5:30 kickoff. Goodly. And make sure that you are following me in the comments down below. To be fair, without much I say, leave a comment. You must have to leave about 100 comments. So just whatever stands out most to you. Do you know what I mean, lad? But man, so now we move into the Manchester City and Arsenal game. This is also a very, very interesting fixture because Man City, bit debatable. They've had a bit of a debatable start to the season, I think it's safe to say. And Arsenal have had a great start to the season from pretty much when they won the FA Cup. They haven't really stopped. So that's why I was so happy when we beat them 3-1. But like I said, Man City have been shaky, and I'm not disrespecting Manchester City, but I think even if there is any City fans watching, which there's not many of you, joking, I'm only joking for fuck's sake. No, don't need to get upset, do you? I'm only messing. Banter. Anyway, Man City, Arsenal. I think both teams have got threats offensively. Both managers are going to want to win. Mikel Arteta and Pep Guardiola, always an interesting clash. And do you know what, mate? I have faith that both teams can do quite well, but I don't have faith that either team is going to win. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. I think Aubameyang and stuff like that's going to be a big threat, but you can't forget about Raheem Sterling, you can't forget about De Bruyne, but both teams do have defensive frailties. Man City probably a little bit more than Arsenal in the defensive aspect, but in the attacking aspect, you've got to give the respect more towards Manchester City. So, should be an even game. Let's see how the managers get the tactics and stuff right on the day. Newcastle and Manchester United, also tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I'm going to edge... Newcastle have had a great start to the season. I think they've got about 7 points. I think they're above Manchester United in the table. I'm pretty sure in saying that. Man United just losing 6-1 to Spurs. Newcastle have won, like I said, 7 points out of the first 4 games for Newcastle. 2-1 United. I don't see this being like a domino effect where they lose every week. I can see them losing games more in the future. But for this one, I feel like it's written for Newcastle to win. But Man United, man for man, do have the better players, and they are going to need to re-spark a performance. I think it'll be very, very close, and I do think Newcastle can most certainly nick it. But if you're asking me how I feel right now in this second, I'll edge Manchester United's win. Sheffield United and Fulham, I'll edge Sheffield United. Fulham just don't look great. I said they were going to stay up this year, and they just haven't done me justice. Crystal Palace and Brighton. Crystal Palace diving into the transfer window and getting Nathaniel Klein, linked with Jack Butland heavily as well. Doesn't look like Liverpool are going to be doing any further business for goalkeepers. I can see this being a close game for Palace and Brighton. Both teams have started off well, but I'm going to edge it to Brighton, mate. I think they're due a cup, like an actual 3 points. There's a few games this season that they've played that I just can't really understand how they didn't get more out of, and I think this time they will. So I'm going with a Brighton I'm going to go with a 2-0 win to Brighton. Tottenham, West Ham. Tottenham are looking good offensively. Son, is Bale back as well? I swear Bale's back. I saw him put a post up earlier. I'm not sure if that means he's back for the game. No, maybe he could get on as a sub. Harry Kane as well, getting assists like as if he's fucking Iniesta. So I'm going to go with a Tottenham 3-2 win. Because let's not disregard how good West Ham have looked. They beat Wolves 4-0 not that long ago, so I do think they can get goals. And Tottenham is still conceding 1 or 2 as well. So, and we know that edge can drop. So I think it'll be close, but Tottenham to edge the victory. Leicester City and Aston Villa. That's a good game. You cannot deny that is a good game. That's a very good game. Oh, I don't know who am I going with for that. I'm gonna go with a 1-1 draw. I think, you know, a lot of people would expect a high scoring game, but I think Leicester's a very good opposition for Aston Villa. But Aston Villa are looking very good this season as well. So I really don't know how to answer that. Make sure that you're following me in the comments down below, mate. West Brom and Burnley. I'm gonna go with Burnley. I'm gonna go with Burnley to win that game. And then Leeds United and Wolves, I'm going to go with a Leeds United 3-2 win, because Leeds United just always have exciting games of football, don't they, mate? But no, that is the roundup of tonight's episode of 10 o'clock with Redmond. Hopefully you did enjoy. Like I said at the start of the video, make sure that any questions that you have that you want to ask me, that will be answered at the end of the next video. Make sure you just leave them down there, mate. I want to start interacting with you, but actually getting you involved in the videos, because you leave the comments, but I don't want you ever feeling like you're getting ignored. So I want to start getting you on board now. I feel like we've got a little bit of a core audience. Let's start using it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Let me know of everything that I've talked about. Make sure you ask a question as well for a chance to be in the video. Thank you for all the support, and I'll see you later. Ta-da.